Well, hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam, thanks for hanging out with me again today. Today we're going to be taking this Outrage Mark II out for a run. I have it paired with a vintage Magnum Jr. radio. This one was sent into the channel by Alan. I know because it has like a burn, looks like a soldering iron burn on the bottom of it. And that way I'll always know that this specific radio came from one of Alan's collection. So some of you guys know the history of this, some guys don't. So I'm just going to kind of throw it out there real quick, just as a recap for those that don't. So I bought this car about 3 years ago. This was, well, over 3 years ago now. It was January of 2023 when I bought this car. Car was about 80 some bucks, and then 30 some bucks shipping. It was 112 bucks total. Came with the car, the box, and it had a stick style radio with it, and that didn't match the receiver, or no, and it had a stick style radio with it, but something in that radio receiver combo was not working. So I had to pull the receiver out of it and put in a Futaba one and paired it with the Magnum Jr. Now, as far as parts go on this, I don't remember replacing any parts. I think everything on here is pretty much original. The only thing I did is I rebuilt the shocks, so it doesn't have new seals in it. The shock shafts were fine. They weren't scored up and worn out or anything. I'm sure they've got some minor scuffs in them, but overall, everything is pretty much original except for the receiver in it. The motor is still in there. Old vintage Kyosho speed motor. I have no idea what this actually, the turns and all that stuff is. I don't know. Stock, probably 27 turn. Still has the mechanical speed controller in there, and I'll put some up close shots while I'm talking about it. Still has the Futaba S3000. Actually, these are the fancy ones. These are S3003, so they might have a ball bearing or something in them. I don't know. But stock overall still has the fixed links up front. Still rocking the same wheels. It does have new rear tires on there. The rears were just too flat spotted and cracked to try to save. The fronts, they are still fairly soft. This one does have a little bit of a flat spot in it still, but well, I guess both of them still have a little bit, but those are acceptable. The rears just weren't going to go. It was going to bub it up. Body wise, I did not touch it. It's cleaned up. The paint is still imperfect. Whoever did spray paint it did put a decent paint job on it. It has like a speckled purple throughout, and then they painted it with like a metallic red. The problem is they put 90% of the can, 99% of the can on the body, and 1 or 2% on the wing. So the body is nice and red. The wing is almost transparent. If it was not for the silver backing up the wing would just be like a transparent pink. But it does show off the speckles on there a little bit. I'll get better pictures of it outside. It's got a few little scuffs and stuff on it from being run. The rear did start cracking from its previous owner, so I have gone in with E6000 and some drywall tape, reinforced that. But the drivetrain was in good shape. It's been pulled apart, re-greased. I don't remember what grease I put in there, but it seems like it's pretty thick. But obviously, most of that will probably sling off once we get to running it. So give me a moment. I will take it outside. I'll get a few quick pics for the end of the video, and then we'll get it running around in the yard and see what it does. So I'll be right back. It's geared for speed, not power. So, pull the tire off. Stupid tire. Alright, well, that did not last terribly long. Basically, I decided to call it for a few different reasons. One, this tire, the bead lock, is not holding the tire on, so I'm going to have to take the wheel and tire off, pull the tire back, put a few little dots of glue on there to keep that tire from popping out. Because basically what happens is the inner sidewall comes down, and then it lips in, and it gets clamped in between the two pieces, and it's just sliding right out. It's just, the rubber is old, it's starting to harden up, and it has enough pliability to move around, but it just doesn't have that grip. So a few dabs of super glue will fix that, but I'll have to get the tires cleaned up and get that done. The other reason is this thing is geared way too high. It needs to go down probably 2 or 3 teeth on the pinion. So I'll take care of that, knock it down a few teeth on the pinion gear, get a little bit more acceleration. It's going to hurt top speed a little bit, but this motor, in just a few minutes was already getting pretty toasty. So, and it's possible the motor is kind of cooked, but I think it's mostly due to the gearing. When you hit the throttle, there is no punch to it. It just slowly goes. And, it gets up to speed okay, but it's, not quite right. And like I said, this is literally my first time driving it. I've bench tested it, and I drove it, 5 feet down here at some point, making sure that things weren't clicking and clacking as it's rolling around. The other reason I wanted to call it, I thought it was very, very dry out there. It's been 2 days since we've had any rain, but it's just so humid outside that, if it doesn't get direct sunlight, which most of my property doesn't, the grass is soaking wet. And for you guys that don't know, this thing still has an original, well, I don't know if it's original, but it is a hobby shop price tag on the bottom of it. It's from Exotic Hobbies in Florida. And I don't want to lose that. I spent a lot of time making sure I didn't tear that up in the initial cleanup of the whole car. This was all stripped down, cleaned up, put back together, and I made sure that that price tag stayed on there the way it is. And it was starting to get wet, so it's an old paper price tag. If it gets wet, it's just going to start peeling off, and then I lose that. I know it sounds silly, you're trying to save a price tag on there. It's just a novelty of it. It's kind of like a little mystery of the story of what this buggy was before I got it, and I want to keep it on there. So we're going to keep it on for now. Maybe next time when I take it out, I'll put some clear protective film over it. I think what I can do is take some packaging tape, cut it to where this is going to be protected, basically stick tape to tape, and then the non-sticky side will stick to this, and then the sticky stuff will stick to the chassis, so I can peel it back off and it won't hurt the sticker. That's the plan, at least. But it did get out, it did run around. It's not glitchy, it's not you know, wonky at all. It all runs really, really well. It just needs less gearing and that tire to stay on. Anyway, guys, everybody out there, you guys be happy, healthy, be safe. I will catch you on the next one. See you.